Hey y'all, what's up? It's your girl Bianca bringing you another episode of I Got You Sis Chronicles. Did you miss me? I had to take a week off last week, okay, because your girl's birthday was last week and I've been celebrating since August 1st and it was starting to catch up to me, like I was double booked and everything, and so I had to, take some time to have a good time and enjoy life in itself. I'm excited. I'm still celebrating, of course, but I'm just grateful. I'm thankful. I thank you for all of the phone calls, texts, posts on Facebook, Instagram, whatever you did to reach out to me to show me some love. I appreciate all of it. Absolutely, positively, truly, and utterly appreciate it. And I want to take the time to say I appreciate all of my subscribers. Everyone who's ever shared a video, call, text somebody to let them know, check her out on I Got You Sis Chronicles. I want to say that I appreciate y'all and I'm thankful for you. I'm grateful for you. But we need to get these subscribers up, y'all. We got to keep going because I believe that the messages and the things that we talk about are very important and more people need to hear our message, right? So last time we talked about women treating their men like jobs. Okay, and in a sense of saying that if you hate a job that won't pay your bills, you're gonna replace it. You're gonna get another one to go along with it, or you're gonna replace it. So with that being said, why don't we think that same way of men? I'm not saying that men are here to pay our bills. I'm not saying don't be independent. That would be me being hypocritical because I love being independent. I love having my own money. So that's not at all what it is. It's saying that having the capability to support you in the ways that you need to be supported. If you're not able to support me in the way that I need to be supported, then what are you here for? Maybe you're good for someone else, but you're not good for me because you're not meeting my needs. And I want to meet your needs too, but I can't meet your needs only and you not meet my needs. You feel me? So man falling on hard times, everything else, that's cool for a second. But if you talking about you lost your job 3 years ago and you ain't had a job since, bruh, what are we doing? Come on now. All right, so this week, okay, I mean, I'm gonna do a man empowerment episode talking about our kings because I don't feel like y'all get enough love. But this episode, honestly, it's about our black women again. It is about the fact that we are not being protected. Talking about two situations that happened recently. Two situations that happened recently. One of the situations is that Meg Thee Stallion, she was shot in each of her feet, and she just recently confirmed that it was who we thought it was, Tory Lanez, that shot her in the foot. But she also debunked some of the rumors that are out there that people have been spreading. People that I believe are on Tory Lanez payroll or just really, really cool with him, that have been spreading this narrative of her attacking him and him retaliating. She did confirm that they were arguing. She did confirm that she was done with the argument. And she confirmed that she stepped outside of the vehicle because she was done with it. She was over with it. She said she was close enough to her house to probably be able to walk, I guess. So she stepped out and she said from the inside of the car, he started shooting at her for no real reason other than wanting her to stay and not to leave.
Worry about it. Yes, this nigga Tory shot me. You shot me. And you got your publicists and your people going to these blogs lying and shit. Stop lying. Why lie? I don't understand. I tried to keep the situation off the internet, but you dragging it. In the front seat, this nigga in the back seat. I get out the car, I'm done arguing. I don't want to argue no more. I get out. I'm walking away. This nigga from out the back seat of the car started shooting me. You shot me. I ain't get cut by no glass. I didn't tell the police nothing because I didn't want us to get in no more trouble than what we was already about to get in. I get to the hospital, the doctors do x-rays on my feet. Oh ma'am, you got bullets in your feet, you got bullet fragments in your other foot. I'm thinking the doctors is the police, so I'm still trying not to tell them like No, I didn't know I got shot. You know what I'm saying? I'm scared. Like, I've never been shot before. I don't have to lie about that. Why would I lie? You want me to be a bad person so bad, and y'all motherfuckers want to believe the lie before you believe the truth. Stop trying to come on the internet acting like a black woman, a grown-ass black woman, really got any reason to be lying on another grown-ass black man when all the shit fucked up going on in the world right now. If you really want to tell the motherfucking truth, I've tried to save this nigga. Even though he shot me, I tried to spare him. And y'all motherfuckers is not sparing me.
That's scary. That is scary. That is really scary. I think about the times when I was arguing with my significant other and I left. And I decided, you know what, I'm not dealing with this. Or I don't want to be this person. I don't want to become violent. We might need to talk about this later. And I think to myself how I just grabbed my stuff and I left. Were they begging me to stay? Yes. Were they calling my name? Yes. But did they shoot me? No. No, boo. I ain't got no bullet holes, bullet wounds, nothing on my body, okay? I ain't got none of that. So just to think that those same actions of trying to de-escalate a situation, trying to keep a situation from going to the next level, and you get shot. I think that's a little bit deeper than the short man's complex. I'm gonna be honest with you. I think it's a little bit of that, but I think it's a whole lot of something else. A whole lot of something else. And we're gonna talk about it. The other situation is that recently there were two women that are not of color that came out, and they were speaking about Trey Songz and saying that he pretty much kidnapped them is what it would be considered. But you know, he held them hostage, wouldn't let them leave type thing or whatever going on. So of course Trey Songz came out and denied it. I don't know if it's true or not, but what I will say is that people were so up in arms about it. But when my girl Keke said the same thing or something similar to it, everybody was going down her throat, acting like she is not the boss chick that she is. This girl has been in the industry forever, okay? Forever, holding it down since she was a kid, making her own money. So to sit there and try to say that a Trey Songz, just because he sings and is a performer and is well known, she's well known as well in her own right. She is a celebrity in her own right. We know her, we love her, but we didn't listen to her.
Now, did you and Trey Songz ever get cool again?
Man, you know, I've not talked to that guy. You know, I've not spoken to that guy.
Was it a misunderstanding?
Like, because you accused him of sexual intimidation last
You know,
year.
it wasn't a misunderstanding.
She told her story of what
I tell my truth, and you know, I just thought it was real interesting that after all those things went down, you know, someone else had something to say. So it wasn't like I don't like when people think that somebody is just gonna be saying something just to say it. First of all, I love black people. I love my people. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna try to ever tear nobody down, try to tear no black man down. That's not who I am. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not what I stand for. That's not what I'm about. So if I say something, I'm saying something for a reason. And I feel like so many times black women say stuff and nobody gives a shit. Excuse my language. Nobody gives a fuck when sometimes black women say something. But somebody of another complexion, somebody of another color, they say something, and then it's like, we're taking it to court. It's time to get serious. Hashtag me too. No, it's not cool. It's not cool because that's not how it should be. I'm tired of, I think people have such a perception of a black woman being so strong that we're just supposed to take anything thrown at us. And then when we don't, we're weak. Well, no, I'm supposed to get beat down by everybody that comes near me? No, I'll be that bee. I'll be that bitch. If that means I have to stand for me and I have to show other young women that you should not let people take advantage of you no matter who they are. I don't care if it was the goddamn president. At the end of the day, I don't wish nobody no ill, but I gotta be down for me. If I'm gonna be down for anybody, I've got to be down for me. So,
Word.
Why is it that when black women speak up, we're not heard? Why we gotta attach ourselves to somebody else, some other culture, some other people to be able to be heard? The Me Too movement, and I'm not like all the way a huge fan of everything the Me Too movement presented itself as, but I do understand its sentiment. So I do embrace its sentiment and what the goal was, but some of the things I disagree with in how they've aimed to get their message across, and some of the things that they have pushed for the agenda. But the Me Too movement, it was founded by a sister, right? It was founded by one of us, but she had to align herself with white women in Hollywood in order to be able to be heard. That's when we started seeing the hashtag. That's when we actually began to see people be reprimanded for their actions, and things that people have been talking about for the longest were happening. And that's when we were finally able to see some results. Why couldn't that sister have the Me Too movement and have some more sisters on her side to be able to get her agenda across? Because they don't hear us. It goes back to slavery. It goes back to black women being concubines. It goes back to black women being milkmaids. It goes back to black women being mistresses. And that was all we were good for. So I'll be damned if I say that white man over there attacked me, or that white man over there sexually assaulted me, and you hear me. But if that white woman over there lies on my brother and says that he sexually assaulted, you don't need no evidence. He ain't even had to be in the area. He ain't even got to be in the same state. And he going to jail for life. So let's talk about it. Let's think about those things. So let's bring it back to the narrative of saying that black women's voices need to be heard just the same. Black women have something to say. Black women need to be heard. Simple as that. You are innocent until proven guilty. The thing about Meg Thee Stallion, she did not even want to come out and say that it was Tory Lanez that shot her. This man shot her in her foot. Both feet. And she still wanted to protect him because she didn't want another black man being a hashtag. And she didn't want to be shot herself. I mean, she didn't want to be killed herself. She was already shot. But she didn't want to be killed herself. So she's not even telling the police everything. She's not telling them nothing. She allowing them to come to their own conclusion. This girl is leaking blood out of her feet. In that very moment, she's leaking blood out of her feet, and she's still thinking about how to protect that man. That is how we do all the time. We as black women always want to protect men. We always want to protect them. I keep going back to it, but on TV, what? They got the whole show for my man. I was watching yesterday, I believe her name is Michelle Miles, and she was in jail. She was in prison for 20 years, and she was able to get clemency granted from Barack Obama's initiative to free nonviolent drug offenders. Okay? But listen to this. Her man was a kingpin. And she was literally in her teens when she met him. Like, she was like 18, 19, real young. When she went to prison, she was 25, 26. Every single person in the operation flipped on that man but her. They literally told her, you tell us what we need to know about him and you're free to go. And she said, no. Where I'm from, we don't snitch. Sis, y'all's whole operation done flipped on you. Clearly where y'all from, some people snatch. I'm just saying. But anyways, this man had cheated on her. This man had a whole baby on her. This man had taken advantage of her completely and utterly. And still, she never rolled over on him. Never, ever, ever rolled over on him. She held him down. Do you think he held her down? No. No. He enjoyed the fact that she was holding him down. That was boosting his ego. He had her in his pocket sending her letters, telling her he loved her and all these different things, and it's gonna be okay, and we got this. He wasn't even on no boss stuff. Like, he wasn't even on no stuff where he had these powerful attorneys. No, they was using public defenders. I'm just saying. What's up? What's up? Queens, we have to. I say this again. We have to think of ourselves sometimes. It's got to be me first, and then him. Me first. He wasn't thinking of you when he shot you in your feet. He wasn't thinking of you when he disregarded what you asked him to do. He wasn't thinking of you when he got that girl pregnant. He wasn't thinking of you when he allowed everybody to see you be humiliated, but hold him down. He wasn't thinking of you when his almost 40-year-old self went to prison and your 25-year-old self went to prison. Nah, he wasn't thinking of you. He wasn't. He absolutely, positively was not. Because if he was thinking of you, he would have, Michelle, if he was thinking of you, he would have looked at you and said, you don't have anything to do with this. I'm going to take all of this on my back. Don't you worry about nothing. And that's that. That's thinking of you. That's him sacrificing. That's him putting aside whatever feelings that he has about his own actions, his own choices, and the fact that he brought you in and you was just being loyal. You was just being a good woman. How many times you done been loyal to a man only to realize that he wasn't loyal to you? How many times you done loved a man down only to realize that he was doing whatever he wanted to do? How many times have you made sacrifices for somebody who never made sacrifices for you? How many times have you been in a relationship and the relationship lasted for 2-3 years, but only 6 months of it was good? And so then you spent the next couple of years holding on to the fact that in the beginning it was good, so maybe it's going to get back there. No, ma'am, no, sir. You get with somebody. The first part of the relationship is the honeymoon phase. But the first time you actually go through something, that is a foreshadow of what's to come. If how they handle that negative situation is different from what you know them as, that's probably who they are. You see, because who doesn't put their best foot forward when they first get into something, right? It's new, it's fun, it's friendly, it's great. We having a good time, we loving on each other, we doing whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, we trying to be different than our last relationship. So we doing all this other stuff, and then, you know, as you get into the situation, as you begin to deal with real stuff, then you start to feel like, okay, you kind of petty. You're a little aggressive. Oh, you don't like your mama? You be cussing your mama out? No, we not doing like, we not. No. Let me tell you something. I remember there was this guy that I talked to. I was in high school, and he was real cool, real nice. We just had a good time together. Little short, real short little thing. Real short little situation, okay? And I'm gonna tell you how it ended. We was about to go to the fair or something, and he was like, let's stop at my house. I gotta get some money or whatever. And while we were there, his mom came home, and she was like, hi. I was like, hey, how you doing or whatever. So he's talking to her, and he's like, you know, we about to go to the fair or whatever. We about to go to the state fair. And next thing I know, they get into it. I don't even know what they was getting into it about, but he started cussing his mom out. He started telling her about herself. and how she ain't did this, and that, and everything else, right? And I eased my way out that house and went and sat in the car. And we went to the state fair that day, but that was the last day we went anywhere together. Because I saw how he treated his mama when his mama wasn't doing something that was pleasing to him. And I said to myself, I wish he would talk to me like that when I'm not pleasing to him. Okay? And I for damn sure I'm always going to be Bianca. When you're happy, when you're sad, when you're mad, when you're angry, I'm always going to be Bianca. You ain't going to be calling me out my name. Boo-boo. You need to grow up and you need to get it together. So I went the other direction. Okay? We got to stand for each other. We got to stand for each other. We can't let this happen. But back to my point about women. You cannot stay in a relationship for years because of something that happened for 6 months. Just like it was said, what have you done for me lately? If when I'm trying to justify the situation, if when I'm trying to justify being with you, I'm reflecting back to a year ago or 2 years ago when things was great, honey, let it go. Let it go. Let it go. Let it go. You gotta look at the ratio. You gotta look at the ratio. Because the longer you stay, first it goes from it was good 1 to 2 ratio, it was good 1 to 3 ratio, it was good 1 to 4 ratio, it was good 1 to 5 ratio, it was good 1 to 10 ratio, it was good. The probability is going down, sweetie. Let it go. We as women, we have to stand for ourselves. We as women have to hold ourselves down. We as women have to uplift ourselves. And we have to hold men accountable for when they're not doing things right. Sometimes they got to feel it. They got to know that it's wrong. And although we know that the system is bad, it's set up negatively against us, we cannot reward these men. They got to feel it somehow. So if you don't want this man to go to jail, he has to be punished. He can't be in your life. You want to go to jail? Okay, cool. But he's not allowed to talk to you no more. You want to go to jail? Let your friends know about him so that everybody can blackball his ass. You don't want him to go to jail? Okay, he has to be punished in some way, shape, or form. He can't get off scot-free. He got to feel it. He has to understand his wrong. And men, when you are supporting our black women, support us. Have our back against everybody. Man, woman, boy, girl, white, Puerto Rican, Asian, yellow, purple, brown, whatever. Have our backs. Uplift us. And don't put me up against the one time when your friend's person lied on him in middle school or high school. Don't put me up against that. That was one situation. Believe me first. Believe me first. Believe me first and allow it to be proven otherwise. That's all I'm saying, y'all. Like, why we gotta fight your fight and our fight? Why we gotta be taken advantage of like that? To Meg Thee Stallion and many, many women like her, I've been in that place where I was protecting somebody who didn't give a damn about me. I mean, we can go back to the situation that I talked about in the very first episode when I found out that that man was married. I still was thinking about his relationship with that woman because he has children with her. There were certain things that I could have said to wear his tail out and hers. But I put myself aside and I said, you know what? It's not even worth it. You got it. You got it. You can stick with that man. You got it. He ain't for me though. And that was that. But I was still protecting him even though he was making me look crazy. Like I had been doing this by myself. Like I was just some stranger. Still protecting. Still protecting. Still trying to make sure you good. Ladies, We got to hold each other down. Our sisterhoods have to get stronger. I Got You Sis Chronicles is all about building up the community and strengthening the sisterhood. It's about strengthening everything. So men, if you have our backs a little louder. If you support us, if you love on us, say it a little louder for the people in the back that can't hear. Show it a little bit harder for the people in the back that can't see. Hold us down, hold us down, hold us down. And black women, lean on each other. Don't fight one another. Lean on each other. Because we're going to get through this and we will be heard. Simple as that. All right, y'all. Thank you so much for watching today. I appreciate you and all the love that you give me. Make sure that you hit that subscribe button, that like button, and share it with somebody so that they can see me and subscribe too, okay? Come on now. We got to get these subscribers up. All right. Anyways, make sure that you hit that button so you don't miss another episode of I Got You Sis Chronicles.